Hey guys, wanted to share a little something about the Philippine gun culture, which I found in an article from this newspaper, the Manila Bulletin, dated last December 23, Friday. So let's take a look inside. I was checking out this newspaper and I saw an article which caught my eye. It says, the title goes, "Muzzling Police Guns Not Enough." So this article talks about the practice of taping the muzzles of the police service guns. So I'm going to show you some lines which show you part of the Philippine gun culture, and for some of you, you may think that it's pretty normal. You've known it for a long time, while others might find it a little bit startling or even disturbing. So let's take a closer look. Alright, so this article is written by Chito A. Chavez, again dated last December 23, Friday, and I highlighted some notes on what the topic is about really. So what does it show about the gun culture here in the Philippines? So underlining is, it talks about celebratory firing of guns during the holiday season. So Councilor Alan Benedict Reyes, he reminded the city's police force against indiscriminate firing, especially during the New Year celebration. So this month, there were already complaints about police officers fired their guns in the air during drinking sprees. So why? They may find it amusing, but actually it is very dangerous. No kidding. Accidents may happen when guns are fired indiscriminately, even without any intended target. Bullets that come down from the sky may hit innocent people. Now, you may think that this is a little ridiculous by reading it, but it happens. So as you could see, this is what's happening in the Philippines. There are people like this who handle their firearms this way. So Reyes, he warned the officers. He said to fire firearms only when absolutely necessary, as when defending themselves or somebody else. Which, isn't that the purpose? Isn't that the intended purpose? Aside from target practice and sports, isn't that the purpose of what a gun should do? To defend your life or to defend somebody else's life? So he reminded that it was unlawful to shoot at fleeing criminals or fire warning shots even in the air. So he talks about some part of the legal aspect here. So a lot of people don't know that you're not allowed to shoot at criminals who are running away already. So there are actually more strict laws regarding that if you want to get in depth. And then if you're wondering, so what if I don't follow? What if I don't care? What's gonna happen? Well, here are some consequences. Well, as a duty or a police officer, you can get suspended without pay. You can get dismissed from the service, or even as a regular civilian, you may end up spending for your legal battles, which will cost a lot. They'll pile up. Death, severe injuries, and guilt, just to name a few of the consequences. And it continues to the end that critics would insist that despite taping of the muzzles of firearms, or telling all these people to not fire guns indiscriminately or in the air, there are some people, well, it says here, rogue cops, who have the tendency to fire their guns indiscriminately when drunk. So what kind of insight does this article give us? It shows that here in the Philippines, there are guys who, well, not just civilians, police officers, who really don't know how to responsibly handle a firearm. This article is proof. So it's people like these, with this kind of attitude, that make the public, or anyone who see a firearm, or a guy with a firearm, feel unsafe or at risk, and it kind of makes them look like the bad guy. Now many of you guys who join a gun club, if you join the IPSC, well, here in the Philippines, the PPSA, or any gun club that goes practical shooting, the number one thing that you learn is gun safety. So it shows that a lot of people don't know that. And it was only then when I learned that I would call it a positive gun culture, which is based on the number one rule of safety, that my perspective really had a total shift or realization of a higher or a greater purpose. So this article just shows the reality, and I just wanted to express, you could call it an idealism, but the goal which I hope all people who handle guns, own guns, or even just are around guns just want to understand them, that there's really something greater that you gotta think of.